Smile.
Alright, hello. Joseph here.
Okay, so this is my mentor teacher, Joseph. So Joseph, you just watched the video.
Yeah.
What did you think?
So, yeah, I was trying to find something to critique about. That was a pretty difficult job. I was very impressed with the class, actually. So I liked how organized it was, so the kids actually knew what to do that day. You got them to read it, and that got them to practice their English as well. So that was, I thought I could incorporate that more in my class, actually. What else? I really like the game where you have them physically line up here from tallest to shortest, and they really got to visualize the scenario, right? And they got to use the expression of the day, which was "I'm taller than you" or "I'm stronger than you," and they had a lot of fun, doing arm wrestling and
Sure.
yeah. So I thought that was a great way to get them to learn things more kinesthetically. Yeah, that was a pretty good lesson. And what else? If there was a criticism I could give, I would say don't be afraid to correct the kids. I think a lot of native teachers, they don't like, they want them to be confident about speaking, right? So they don't really, if the kids make a mistake, they don't really correct them. I think that's, I can't really tell which method is best, but for example, I noticed you asked one kid, "You didn't have any breakfast?" And she said, "Yeah." So in Korean, the person answers based on whether the question was negative or positive. So in this case, the student didn't have breakfast, and he said, "You didn't have breakfast, right?" And she said, "Yes," because she's answering according to, so she means, "Yes, you're right, I didn't have any breakfast." But in English, if you didn't have any breakfast, you answer no, right? Regardless of how the question was asked.
Okay,
So,
sure.
yeah, I think that's something that they could learn. And if you keep correcting them, though, they might lose confidence in
It's
their
a
English.
fine balance.
Right, it is a very fine balance.
Like I said, I think I normally come down on the side of, as long as they're saying something roughly right. But yeah, maybe it's something to think about.
So what I do in class is, if somebody makes a mistake and I feel like it's important enough to tell the class about it, then I say, "Hey, that's a really good mistake," and I give them a stamp, and I say, "Hey, all right, let's talk about it," and then I try to explain how it is in English.
I like that, the idea of good mistakes. That's I'm making a note of that. Yeah,
Right.
That's great.
So other than that, I think it was perfect. I really enjoyed it. I learned a lot of things watching it.
So you taught the lesson as well. So
Right.
in our school, we have 3 teachers and they all teach the same lesson. So you
Right.
taught the lesson without me, without seeing it first.
Right.
So you think it went?
I thought my lesson was much worse than yours. It was, I really was impressed by the kinesthetic part where they had to line up and all that. I'm sorry that I didn't use that in my lesson. So yeah, I think I can incorporate the whole getting them to read the whatchamacallit, the schedule of the day.
So the big takeaway for me for this class is because I'm top set, I'm the best of the grade 6.
Right.
You're the middle set.
Right.
My students, is the work set in the textbook is too easy for them. They know smarter, stronger, faster.
Right.
It's too easy for them. I've got to do that in the textbook, and even the workbook is, I think, still too easy for them, really. So my challenge as a teacher for these students is to not just do the work in the textbook and workbook, but go even further beyond.
Right.
So did you find that sort of with your kids, that they knew most of this stuff already?
Yeah, they knew most of the stuff already, and the workbook was kind of too easy for them. So yeah, we ended up doing a lot of other activities. For my class, we did we did a bit of Pictionary afterwards. We didn't have enough time for the computer games you made. So we did like 2 rounds of Pictionary, and then ended the class. So in the Pictionary game, I would show them like a sentence like, the cat is heavier than the dog or something like that, and they had to draw it out without saying it, and kind of, you know.
Okay, yeah, sure. So yeah, so basically what we're saying is we need to come up with activities beyond the book.
Definitely.
So yeah, for the rest of this unit then, that's something we need to focus on.
Yeah, I think that's something we can all work on. Maybe make the next workbook a little harder, or like more interactive or something, or suited to the